Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Cinematic Trinity, the podcast where we delve into the worlds of TV shows, movies and video games. And we're here to talk about The War Between the Land and the Sea, which is a Doctor Who spin-off show that tackles sort of environmental things, but at its core you got Barclay, who's this ambassador for the world, as Homo Aqua have emerged, this alien species. Basically, he's like this everyman, gets called up to be an ambassador, and basically it's his journey and his relationship with Salt, who's like the ambassador for Homo Aqua. And it's like
Can
a fight.
I get a word in?
No. I'm doing the plot synopsis, thank you. But yeah, it's a 5-part series, and we're here to talk about it. So Tulip, after you.
Oh, that's fine. I just wondered when you were going to put the intro music in, was all.
I do the intro beforehand.
Well, you didn't do that for the Jonas Brothers one, did you?
It's because I did a Christmassy intro, that's why.
Oh, alright. Well, no Christmassy intro today. We just got to settle for Kieran's Christmas Quackers jumper.
I bring the Christmas.
And some cards. That's about as Christmassy as we get.
I was thoroughly impressed by this, actually.
Me
because,
too.
let's face it, I know you didn't watch it, but Doctor Who is in a slump. You watched series 1 of Shooty Gatwa.
I did. I didn't need to watch the rest.
No, to be fair.
And you shouldn't have. You did the right thing. Yeah. Me and Tulip, however, we did have to suffer through series 2, which was awful.
We just had to, didn't we?
But yeah, like this, obviously the whole partnership between Disney and Doctor Who is in tatters now. But yeah, this got made. It's Russell T Davies again. But literally, I don't know what happened, what he was smoking between making Doctor Who and then making this.
Apparently, he started writing this. He wrote the first episode of this before he wrote the 60th anniversary specials, from what Google has just told me. So that's interesting. And then he collaborated with the person who wrote the 2nd, 3rd and 4th episodes, because he wrote one of the Doctor Who episodes, and then they started collaborating and working on this. But yeah, I don't know, what happened when he was writing Doctor Who. I don't know whether there was just too much involvement, too much, stakes, trying to make it family friendly, trying to make it this, whereas with this they weren't trying to do anything. It just is what it is, and you either like it or don't, which is kind of what Doctor Who has always been. It's just it is what it is. It's nothing. It's Doctor Who. It's a genre of its own making, and this kind of fits into the same category. I would have loved for the Doctor to have been in this, but not as the saviour at the end, just for him to be in this the whole way through. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I think that it was a nice return to form. It doesn't have to be the best thing you've ever seen, but I think it's got some really great moments. It's classic Russell T Davies, talking about the political landscape and current affairs and stuff like that. But I think that it works, obviously, for what is going on. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I'd just like to say, Russell Tovey, I just absolutely love him. I just think he's fantastic. He's do you not agree with me? He's fantastic. He's amazing.
I'll let you take this one, Kieran, about...
What do you think about Russell Tovey?
I didn't really know who he was.
Well, I don't know how that's
really
happened.
Know who he is. What's he been in?
He's been in this.
He was in the Titanic.
I've watched this.
He was in the Titanic episode of Doctor Who.
As himself?
No, he's Alonso.
No.
He's the guy who pilots.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He was in Being Human on BBC Three. Have you ever watched that?
I know the show, I didn't watch it.
I don't know, I can actually tell you what else he's been in.
I watched him something called Him and Her, which was a comedy thing. And he was really good in that. I liked that.
He's Budgie from Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
So he's in that.
No, I've only watched
with
season
the
1,
ears.
so I don't know.
Hang on a minute. What?
I've only watched season 1 of Gavin and Stacey.
You are joking me.
No.
Oh, I've got cramp in my foot. I can't
You've
believe
shocked her
that.
so much you're giving a cramp in her foot.
Absolute
I
waves.
can't believe that. Why have we not all this time we've been rewatching Doctor Who again and again and again and again, and you've never seen season 2 and season 3 of You're missing season 3. Michael will say that season 2 he doesn't like because he doesn't like Stacey, but season 3 is just it's all. We're watching it. Let's move on. We've got to watch it.
Gavin and Stacey retrospective.
Yeah, drop
line.
a like and a comment down below if you want us to force Kieran to watch Gavin and Stacey and do a review, because I think it's a rare take for somebody to not have seen it to be watching it now when there's the whole thing. You know, you can watch it from start to finish. That's a moment in time.
You might not say that about any TV show. The fact that we've not watched Breaking Bad and
it's
all
different for Gavin and Stacey. It's just
It's on a different level.
British
it is on a
culture.
different level. Exactly,
It's like
It's like
exactly.
not watching the in-betweens.
True,
Exactly,
true.
exactly.
Yeah.
Carry on, Russell Tovey.
He was good. He was good. That's I don't really.
Great.
I do.
Well
There we
done,
go.
guys.
Review over.
Thanks for that.
Next. No, he played the role well. I think there was decent chemistry between him and the person who played Salt. They were good on screen together. I think this show is very political, very heavily politically kind of aligned. So it's very obvious in the message. So you kind of take it with a pinch of salt. Not a pinch of salt.
Hey.
But you know what I mean. It's different. Because the Doctor Who that I think of, that I like and that I remember, is like David Tennant era.
Yeah.
This is very different to that, but then this is a lot better than the Ncuti Gatwa stuff that they just did.
Yeah.
So if this is the start of a turn for an improvement within the Doctor Who continuum, I don't know what you call it, but then that would be good.
Yeah.
The Whoniverse, as it's called, in it, the little.
Yeah, but is it still called the Whoniverse because of
knows?
the Disney stuff? So the Disney stuff is completely done. This is the last thing they're doing together. The next series of Doctor Who is just going to be purely BBC. And this isn't even coming out on Disney Plus yet. They've not released it at the
not
same
until
time.
January. Yeah. But I mean, there's been a lot of comparisons between this show and Torchwood back in the day. It's like, you know, you got your Doctor Who, then you got your spin-off show, which Torchwood was.
Yeah.
We've not really watched Torchwood. I watched Children of Earth, which is like one of the best known series, and like probably the most popular Torchwood one, but I've not seen that for many a year.
Yeah.
And we did say we want to go down a Torchwood rabbit hole and watch it. But I think, don't get me wrong, like we've said, it's a return to form. It's better than Ncuti Gatwa. There is still a lot of cringe in this show, and it is down to like the script mostly. Like stuff gets said. I feel like it does maybe still suffer from like an expositional problem in terms of just over-explaining things. But yeah, there is just a lot of, even again, like Russell Tovey's good. He's good in the role, but his like delivery of some lines and maybe the script he has is a bit like, like he's a bit of a simp for the for Salt actually. To like, you know, just obviously just so you know.
It goes a bit hard.
And then like Kate Lethbridge-Stewart. I mean, I've said it even in Ncuti Gatwa, I've not been a massive fan of her character.
Yeah. See, I'm not a fan of Kate Lethbridge-Stewart, and I'm not a fan of Unit. If Unit is in an episode of Doctor Who,
oh god, yeah,
I hate
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I cannot stand it when they're in it, because it is just, they just turn up the cringe to a million. But actually, I really liked all of them. I really liked Kate. I really liked the other one with the fringe. What's her name?
The other one with the fringe. The one in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember.
But she's got a fringe.
Oh yeah, she's got
What's
like a
her
full-on
name?
name. Yeah, I honestly can't remember because like
God.
her especially was very cringe in the TV show.
Yeah, it was. They had a lot of cringe dialogue pair on them, but this was really good. I actually liked their involvement in this.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, when me and you heard about this show getting announced and it was like termed as it's a Unit spin-off show, we were just all a bit like, God, you know,
dread
the worst part of one of the worst parts of Ncuti Gatwa's run was just, Unit's one big happy family.
And every single person works for Unit. If you've met the Doctor, come and work for Unit. Like everybody works there. Donna's stupid daughter. They're all there.
But like, and like, you know, it's not this big globe-trotting, space-trotting adventure. It's all localized to Earth, and like the first episode especially is just build up to the first like diplomatic meeting they have between species, and like first like 3 episodes, let's say, is that basically it's they all go to this big room, they have a chat, they give their demands, and then that's it. You know, there's no big high stake. I mean, there's high stakes because it's the end of the world and like the war is at stake here. But it's not like this big bad world-ending.
It's
threat,
not an action show.
No.
It's a drama.
Yeah.
It's almost like a courtroom drama. like crime drama, something like that. Political
Which
drama.
is good,
I really liked that rather than like an action, flick. Something like I don't want cringy action. I can deal with like cringy this, but cringy action, there's nothing worse.
They did have a little bit of that in this, didn't it? It wasn't action as such, but then there's like scenes where they have to go and get some water. And then it's like this action scene where they get like all the like kind of big heavy duty trucks down, all the men with like the rifles, and then like defensive positions, and then someone just dips like
a glass of water,
a glass into the Thames,
and then being like, "Do not approach the water! Do not go near the water!" And it's just, it's again cringe. Like it's just overblown. It's stupid, but like.
But there's always got to be some level, like in a Doctor Who show. Like it can't be too serious, can it? Because otherwise, it's like it doesn't fit in that genre of Doctor Who. It's got to be just a little bit.
Eccleston could pull it off.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Could you imagine if Christopher Eccleston came back in as the Doctor and somehow managed to sort it out? I would have been here for that, but not for them announcing the new one or anything.
Your point about them writing the story before the 60th was interesting because actually, like in plot hole or whatever you want to call it, obviously in the world, David Tennant is around because end of the 60th, he decided to spend time on Earth and heal himself, sort of thing, like mentally, and like get over his PTSD. So he is technically about, like units obviously there to like defend the Earth and stuff, but like the Doctor is about. He's got a TARDIS, Maybe when they had to go to the bottom of the ocean, could have just been like, Doctor, can you just bring us down in your TARDIS? Maybe. But I feel maybe for that kind of threat, it's all right because it is kind of like up to humanity to be the best.
Yeah, it's
and
not
overcome it.
It's not we're here to kill you all. It's you've got to clean up the oceans. But that's what they initially start saying is you've got to clean up the oceans. And they say, right, well, if you're not going to clean up all the oceans within 5 years, like we say, we're going to give you all your rubbish back. And they just dump all the plastic, all the trolleys, all the washing machines and fridge freezers and whatever old rubbish is just dumped. It just falls, to Earth on the land, essentially. And then they do start to make some, like more and more demands, and they do kind of want to take over. But again, it's more like diplomacy, which is, sometimes more interesting.
I guess, what did you guys think about Homo Aqua as this, like, antagonist? We'll call it antagonist because they are obviously to humanity. They are a threat, and like, they are the ones we're in contention with. So, what did you guys think about them as a character or as a species in the show?
I didn't like the whole sequence of the naming of them. Because people just kept throwing like Latin terms around. It's like, actually, it's closer to Homo Aqua because they're similar to human, and it's like, shut up, I don't care. I really am not enjoying this conversation. This is like there was a show with like loads of people that are like super high IQ, like in America, and they're all like detectives, and only they can solve crimes, and they're saying all these things. It's like the Jimmy Neutron thing.
Okay.
Oh, it's sodium chloride. You mean salt? It was very much that, and that really irked me. But I think they had like a very domineering presence. Like they sent Salt first as kind of a more diplomatic approach, and then eventually they went to Tide, who was much more of like a soldier type, like a military, which they had kind of parallels to that in like the human side of things. Like you had the American general that was very much, we need to do war, we need to take the fight to them kind of thing, and that's what Tide was as well. So you've got parallels in that where you've got different approaches to diplomacy or dictatorship, kind of thing. So I think they served the purpose well. For the plot, because they wouldn't have been able to do it without a load of fish people. So not too bad.
And like a kind of, as you say, there's the parallels. There's obviously human villains as well in this, which are an American general, the British Prime Minister, and this French
person
who all somehow get involved, and they can command the UK army and all this just
that commanding of the UK army was the thing that took me the most out, because there's no way in hell that an American general would be able to control a UK army, because
it's all I thought initially when they came on I keep saying this a lot, but cartoonishly bad.
Yes.
Oh, well, we can't let the fish people tell us what to do because we're humans, and they're inferior, and we can pollute the oceans as much as we want because we like money, and it's just a load of
Yeah. Are we talking spoilers, or are we
Well, I think
wrapping up?
We'll do a quick wrap up now, and then we'll do spoilers, because there are a few key points to go over. But I think on the whole, I would say solid. Performance, a good premise to the show.
Yeah.
And again, in this universe, it definitely sticks out compared to the previous seasons we've had, but in a good way. It's a welcome addition. Like you say, if this is a turning point for Doctor Who and this is what they're going to do with it now, I'm happy for it. I'll see more.
Yeah.
Trim the cringe a little bit, and then we might truly be back to what Doctor Who was.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this was a nice refresh, reset. I think it shows that Russell T Davies he's not lost it. Do you know what I mean? I think you can watch Doctor Who and just be like, yeah, you've lost it, mate. You've not got the same spark that you used to. But I think he does have the spark. He just needs to use his spark and not anybody else's. He really needs to be in control, which I think he has been, but then also there's this Disney thing. So I personally think it's for the best that it's just coming back to the BBC. Let's just, keep it in-house, essentially. Let's keep it British. We want our Doctor Who to be British.
Proper British Doctor Who.
That's what it's all about. So, so no, I think that it was really good. I loved Russell Tovey. I just think that he's just fantastic. I just don't know what it is about him. He's just fantastic. Really good, really enjoyed it, very solid. I'd recommend it, especially if you are obviously a Doctor Who fan. Don't go into it thinking oh god, this is just gonna be rubbish. It's actually it's good, it's a good watch. It does have a lot of political themes, but I think that I quite liked that, it, as I said earlier, it just reminds me of when I watched Seaspiracy and I chucked all the tuna away. It just makes me want to do that again and not eat any fish or chickens or lambs or pigs or anything.
She says just before Christmas.
I know, well. I've just got a 6-person turkey breast in the oven ready to go and gammon
in the oven already.
In the oven,
my God.
in the fridge.
Slow,
very,
yeah.
So 20 degrees.
Yeah.
20 degrees for 4 days.
Yeah. So yes, I liked it. The long and short of it is I enjoyed it. I'm glad that we watched it, and I've looked forward to watching it. It was a nice weekly thing, 2 episodes a week, and then the 5th one, that was nice. I think that's a nice way to do it. I just liked it. I just enjoyed it. That's it.
And Kieran, what's your brief thoughts on it?
It's better than what has come recently. So if that's a sign of things to come, then that's good.
And
very concise.
Finally, before we move on, what are your scores?
I don't know, because I feel like I'm kind of between a 7 and an 8. Maybe a 7.5.
Alright, 7.5. I will just say a 7, because it's good, it's not great.
I mean, it's not like Line of Duty or
I can't even compare
Luther. Or I'm trying to think of another series.
You're trying to give another
Game
BBC
of Thrones
series
1. It's not on that level, but it doesn't have to. Not everything has to be blockbuster HBO level telly or BBC crime drama levels of crime drama. Not everything has to be like that. This is just nice, easy, good themes, whatever.
It's a Sunday night BBC
100%. And we need those. We need good, proper telly.
I think
this is proper telly.
It says the difference, don't it, between Doctor Who Saturday night TV, this Sunday night TV. It's always the Sunday stuff's a bit more not risque, but you could be
risque at times.
Which we're saying spoilers, but yeah. So 7.5, 7.
6.5.
Oh.
Kieran, come on!
That's like this 0.5 away from what Michael gave it.
Yeah, I know, but it's a whole point away from what I gave it.
I suppose if you put
You're
it
miles off there.
But I'm 6.5 points away from a 0, so that's pretty
well, yeah.
But I think we could all say it was good. It was
enjoyable.
We had a good time with it. But
Yeah.
I think, let's go into some spoilers. So guys, this is your spoiler warning.
Spoilers ahead.
Well, Tulip, you went ahead and said it, but what's risque about the show?
So basically, Russell Tovey and Salt Barkley, his name is Barkley Pierre Dupont.
Yeah.
Just call him Barkley.
Yeah, Barkley to his friends.
Let's call him
Yeah.
Pierre Dupont. Let's
Yeah,
say that every
Mr.
time.
Pierre Dupont. It's like trying to say our surname. Mr. and Mrs. Hollington Bolton. You know, it's so long, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so basically, Barkley falls in love with Salt, or they fall in love with each other, you know, like, because she singles him out to be the ambassador for Earth because he does this.
He shows respect
Why is
to
she
the dead
wanting
body.
to do a Catholic, thing, and that is somehow their religion? Is that their
No,
religion?
it's more...
It's a sign of respect.
Yeah,
Sign of
yeah,
respect.
it's more...
Respecting the dead. Because all the other soldiers didn't.
Yeah, they didn't.
They find the dead fish body. That's when Unit gets involved. He goes there and then sees it. Whereas everyone else is like, it's a specimen. It must be studied. And he's like,
it's alive.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's chosen to be ambassador. The whole story keeps going, but then they do kind of like they just fall in love basically, and she rescues him. So they go down into so many things that happened. So basically, they go down into the sea, into the ocean, to meet with them because they've all been meeting up on land.
Yep.
But they say, right, we keep coming to you, you've got to come to us. But there's this whole plot by the Americans, the French woman, the British Prime Minister's in on it as well, and they all
the
just...
CEO of an oil company.
Yeah. Who is he? Who does he play? He's in something else, isn't he, that actor? No, he definitely is. It's really going to bug me. But anyway, they're all in cahoots and they just want all out genocide, they just want to kill them all basically, and that's their plan. So they go down into the water and they let off this bomb, but Salt saves him, takes Barkley back up to the surface, and then he then rescues her in return. They kind of go on the run together, and it just gets a little bit heated between the two of them, which is really strange to watch. It was just like we just kept saying it was just The Shape of Water all over again. Yeah. That's just exactly what it's like. I was like, oh, wasn't expecting this.
Well, he's like
in my prime time British telly.
Well, he's like immediately enamored with her. Like when he first becomes ambassador, he's there's something about her. Like, I quite like her. I think she's pretty. Sort of thing. It's like, okay.
And he goes down there and they share these weird moments together, and he touches her face and stuff, doesn't he? Yeah.
And then
Very
just
weird.
when they're on the run, it's they're basically in the same warehouse where Dr. Martha and Jack hid when it was the Master episode, and well, that's the vibe I was getting. That's what it reminded me of, because it's just this big empty warehouse. It's like when they sit down and the Doctor tells his backstory about Gallifrey and how the Master came to be, and that's the vibe. Which I guess if you're on the run in Doctor Who, you just go to an empty warehouse.
That's the place to
and
be.
They got gets a bit heated. He regulates his body for her, and then
she does the same.
Yeah.
And then they do, or do they? Probably they do.
But obviously
they wake up
don't
the next
show it.
They wake up the next morning under a convenient sheet.
He is
dust
still
sheet.
He is still wearing his jumper though, so he must have got cold in the night.
I really don't think that we need to analyse it this much.
Well, why would Russell T
This is
Davies
why
write
people
it?
want to know.
Why would he do this? I get
They
it's
fall
near the
in love,
watershed.
basically. That's all we need to know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just it's odd, and like I said with the script and stuff, he is very Salt, all right. Where is she? And then I'll go over to the beach every day and I scream her name in the sea. It's just a bit.
He does get he's very passionate, isn't he?
And the end of episode 4, where they have this big thing where she jumps off a bridge into the sea to escape from Unit and the army and stuff like that, and it's just him leaning over the banner, just being like, "You'll never swim alone, so I'll make sure you never swim alone." It's just like, okay, Russell or Barkley, sorry, calm down. But it does give way to probably one of the, comparing it to Doctor Who we've seen so far, one of the darker twists in a Doctor Who thing, which is Severance.
Yeah.
The evil plan by the Prime Minister, our
So many
American.
people. Yeah.
We have to come up with a name for this group.
The crew.
The crew.
The dark gang.
The dark crew.
Dark gang. Okay, yeah, the dark gang. So yeah, they do Severance, which is basically like a virus. So they do this whole
Well, they're trying to figure it out, aren't they? And Kate Lethbridge Stewart knows that Severance is a thing because they're picking it up in the comms, and we've managed to decrypt the comms and blah, like they just come up with all these big words,
It's
so
unit
they find
acting like they're important.
Yeah, exactly. So they find out about Severance. They don't know what it is, but then all of a sudden, a load of the creatures of the Homo Aqua are just like floating, and they're all just dead, basically.
Yeah.
And that's what Severance is. It's a virus. So I do think that it is kind of mad, because they win the war essentially because they've killed so many of them off.
Well, it's because they.
And I did not think. I thought, oh, Severance is obviously a way to kill them all. But I just didn't think that it would happen.
Well, it's because they inject Barclay with this. Basically, they inject him with something. He meets Sol, kisses her, and then obviously she transmits the virus back to the rest of Homo Aqua. She doesn't die. It's basically 9 out of 10 of them die, and then there's a small population left. They get, it's kind of like the Indians in America. Basically, they get like a little conservation reserve, basically. Like, oh, we've got this trench in the sea, you can go live there happily for the rest of your lives. Where she's a bit like, well, it's not really like that, is it? It's going to be a prison, we're going to live there, and you're just going to kill us, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just dark turns.
It's dark. Yeah. But again, it's obviously got very heavy political themes, so it does make you think, like, oh, God.
I think Doctor Who's always like that with humans, isn't it? It's like how dark humanity can be. But I mean, were you surprised by Severance and what it was like as a?
No, not at all.
Were you surprised that it actually happened though, and they didn't stop it?
Did you think that? Did you think that's how it would end? Sort of with.
There was two ways it could end. Either everyone's happy, jolly, and they all make diplomatic relations, or one of the two guys has to die.
Yeah.
And realistically,
well, is that the way that you see the world, Kieran? I hope that you never get into power.
No, it's not the way that it's not the way. It's not my view.
Dictator Kieran.
It's not my view. That's not the way I would do it.
Kieran goes up to the podium. I believe in either two options: peace or death. Death to one side.
I remember, I can't remember where I read it, I watched it, I heard it, I can't remember what, but there was one thing that, I gathered from whatever I was watching or doing, and it was, I know, sorry, there is a point to this. It's that if humans find something, they will find out how to kill it, and that'll be the first thing they do, and that is very true throughout history. From Neanderthal to going up, we've always been finding different ways to come out on top, and especially now we're in a technological age where we can actually make these viruses and things and those kind of things. It's tricky. I feel like if we find aliens, the first thing a lot of governments are going to do is, how do we kill them? And that's going to be the thing.
It's scary.
It is. It's very scary.
I feel very scared by the prospect.
That's, what governments seem to be focusing on. So it's a very politically themed show. So it's obviously very politically themed.
It's hard to not talk about politics.
We'll talk about,
but we're also obviously not the right people to be talking about politics because we're all idiots.
It's the same thing with the net zero and the carbon stuff, which is the theme of the show. Of environmental conservation and stuff, and there's already talks for the carbon goals to be pushed back and things like that. And that's the thing, all throughout the show, it's humans making, we can't do it in that time, we can't do this, we can't do that. And that's very realistic. That's the
exactly
most believable bit of the show, because I'm that's exactly what every human would do.
And massive companies being at the table to be like, can't possibly do this that might reduce our profits, but
profits being number
still
one.
Make us incredibly wealthy.
Humanitarian stuff coming second.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Well, Russell, you did it again. It's very timely.
It is very timely. I think it's very, very timely.
And of course it ends Homo Aqua are basically extinct now, but then Barclay goes to the sea and he's grown gills. he's grown gills. So.
I liked it.
I know
though.
it's just funny because it is so Shape of Water, isn't it? Like it's literally the end of Shape of Water.
What's the science behind it? How's he growing gills? Is
Well,
he going to get one of those little cameras?
I think she's.
Yeah.
I think she's given him something.
Well,
she's done something because she can. They're just like magic, basically.
It's
like,
all.
They have
It's probably all to
these
do with
ways, and the water is everything.
That's the thing.
Blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
it's probably like the water in his body has been manipulated for him to grow because he's like the beginning of the episode. He's like, "Oh, I've got a rash on my skin. I don't know what's happening."
Oh,
and then
my back's hurting me, my neck's hurting me, and we immediately went, "He's growing gills."
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's like,
of
and again,
course.
it's this big thing at the end where like he's driving and they've got like X-rays of him on the screen. It's all silent talking. I was just like, "I've got gills." It's like that's literally all his gills. Kate Lethbridge Stewart. And I am calling his family, to be like, I'm gonna go because I got gills. And then, he goes in the water, his gills open, and then they
start going crazy in the water.
I can't imagine
like
what kind
doing flips, and he's going, woo!
I can't imagine
spinning
the
around in the
direction
water.
he got given there. Like, just flail about like an absolute idiot.
Yeah, I know, it does look a bit stupid, doesn't it?
How's the custody of his kid going to work out if he's in the sea?
He'll come by every now and then. He'll talk
yeah,
to her. He'll be like...
He'll still... Because they can breathe on land as well, can't they? He'll have joint.
No, it'll be
What
like...
is it when you can breathe underwater and on the land? Is that amphibian?
Yeah. Don't know. But tell us in the comments below. He'll be like Pennywise and talk to her through the pipes. She'll like go to like a bathroom sink and be like, "You right, Dad?" He'll be like, "You right? I'm here with Salt in the sewer." So I don't know why. That's how he talks? Would you not say that's how he kind of talks in the show?
He's London, isn't he?
He talks very... I found a little bit of issue with his actual delivery of a lot of lines because I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Really?
Especially in the last episode, he was very mumbly, especially towards the start when he was sad. He was like, I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, mate. I don't know what you're saying.
I'm not watching it with subtitles.
I just boiled it down to I love Salt. I miss Salt.
Yeah, to be fair, that's all
Everything would
you
just
need
be
to
about
know.
Salt,
Yeah.
Everything reminds him of her.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Well, it's a nice love story in the end, and love conquers all.
Yeah, clearly. But the final shot is Barclay goes into the ocean with Salt, happy ever after, blah blah blah. And then Kate Lethbridge Stewart is on the beach, and then she starts to walk off, and then this jogger comes by and he throws a bottle of water. He litters on the beach, and then
Can you believe it?
And then she just loses it. So this was the only clip I think I've ever had spoiled for the show. Is just Kate Lethbridge Stewart pulling a gun on someone on a beach for littering and being like, "Pick it up,
Pick up the bottle."
and then literally like, "Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up," and it just cuts to black. Basically, it's like, what happens? And
Brilliant! I loved that. I love that.
I want to see
she's just gone crazy.
I want to see.
I love it.
I want to see the. That's another.
I
want
want to see Kate Lethbridge Stewart vigilante.
That's what it'll be. The next
Vigilante
season of,
Kate. I'm here for it.
The next season of this, or like whatever spin-off show, will just be the end where it's just the gun goes off and there's a dead body on the beach. It's like, we need to hide the body.
Yeah.
But of course, we will cap off on this as well because there is a big significance that will bleed through into Doctor Who, and that is the death of Christopher.
Oh no!
Everybody's
I'm so devastated about Christopher.
Everybody loves Christopher.
My name was better, Fernando. That's a much better name.
He's not even He's French.
I know, but
You said Fernando, he said Pierre, and then I just didn't even bother because it's not going to be anything like that.
Excuse me, I said Freddie.
Freddie the Frenchman. So yeah, him and Kate are. It's again following on from Doctor Who. They're an item, but a secret item. No one knows they're together at unit, but
except everyone knows.
Yes, basically the world's worst kept secret. But yeah, he gets shot in episode 2. It's a whole big thing. He gets sniped, and then the sniper doesn't kill Kate.
Because they're trying to kill Kate, so she goes to the window and you see the dot on her head. She swoops in to save him. I mean, it's a nice scene.
And then basically she's got like PTSD for like the whole rest of the season. Like she sees him everywhere. She blackmails a therapist, which I thought was hilarious. It's just like.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I want my medication I want my medication increased, and she's like, I'm not doing that. It's like, well, I know that you cheated on your husband and have a baby with his best friend. And it's like, right, okay, Kate. Again, why I'm not so keen on Kate is just her cringe line delivery for me, and she just seems like a bit of an awful person.
Her ethics.
Yeah, she hated Barclay to begin with. She was really mean to him. I didn't like it. I didn't. Well, she was just
I
like.
don't remember.
I mean,
everyone to begin with was.
I hated the
Yeah.
whole stick to the script, Barclay. It's just like he's
not going to stick to it. But she didn't want him to stick to the script. That was the
She
whole
did.
point.
Even in the final episode, she was like, "Barclay, go to the script, please." When he's bawling his eyes out over finding out Homer Aqua were dead. Even though he never finds out. I assume he doesn't find out that he's the one who killed them by spreading that virus.
No, I don't think he does find out. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe in season 2 they'll find out. There won't be a
Virus spreads
season 2.
again.
The peace between the
Two
land and the
virus,
sea?
two sea.
What was that?
Sequel.
2 land, 2 sea, did you say?
No, two virus, two sea.
What other things from the Hooniverse can we come up with?
Two universe.
Doctor 2?
Doctor 2. He's on to something here. Doctor
That's good.
Who? There we go. Clearly we've rambled for too long now.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
But there you go, that was, again, the very weird world of the war between the land and the sea. But who knows what spin-offs will come along. I'm pretty sure Doctor Who will return for a Christmas special next year, so we'll be on that. Is Billie Piper the Doctor now? Only time will tell. Only time will tell.
She might be in a Christmas special.
She'll be in a Christmas special. She'll
Yeah.
regenerate again.
Yeah.
She'll do. But there you go, guys. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Cinematic Trinity. We'll see you guys in the next episode.